Let's move to this now. The Minister of Human Settlements has announced plans to revitalise the inner city of eThekwini. During a recent meeting with KZN officials, Minister Mmamoloko Kubayi says there was a commitment to delivering 2,000 housing units in Cornubia. Similar discussions have also been taking place in other provinces, including Gauteng as well as the Free State. Joining us now is Terrence Manase, who's the Human Settlements spokesperson. Terrence, good to have you on the program this afternoon. Firstly, what specific challenge does the ministry foresee in repurposing inner city buildings, especially compared to traditional housing projects that we know?
Let me start by greeting you and the viewers. Thank you for having us. With regards to your question, we do not see any major challenges at this stage as we are collaborating very well with the cities. An example is the recent one in eThekwini. You would know through our media statement that the minister was in KZN recently, where we met with eThekwini and the provincial office, our provincial office as Human Settlements. And in this meeting, there was an agreement that the city will assist in identifying unused government buildings for them to be repurposed for affordable housing. It is a phased-in approach, and once this phase is done, we would definitely come back and report progress in this regard. So we don't challenges at the moment, immediate challenges at the moment.
So using this commitment as a backdrop in eThekwini, how is the ministry then involving local communities, especially in the decision-making processes for these redevelopment projects? And what role do you see them playing in the success of these initiatives?
As indicated earlier, in the spirit of cooperative governance, we collaborate very well with local municipalities who assist us in what we call public participation processes. That's where we involve the local communities in our projects. Any government project goes through that kind of a process. We always consult with our communities to ensure that at all times they have first-hand information on their needs. Similar to Human Settlements, we do that, and we work very closely with the local municipalities to ensure this public participation process takes place smoothly. Especially in our case for Human Settlements, we ensure that we do consult the communities.
Mr. Manase, what metrics will be used to indeed assess the success of repurposing efforts, particularly in relation to the quality of life for these residents in these new housing units?
First and foremost, the units will have to meet our entities' standards and HBRC standards. They must be cost effective. We are looking at innovative ways of building. So even with this project of revitalizing the inner city buildings, we'll ensure that those standards are met, they are cost effective, they are safe. They must also be closer to places of work or economic opportunities. They need to enjoy proximity to social amenities such as your parks, your childhood development centers, schools, transformation, you name them. So that's the matrix that we use in this regard.
But what steps are being taken to indeed ensure that these repurposed buildings are energy efficient and environmentally sustainable as well? I mean, you look at concerns being raised around climate change. These are concerns that have been highlighted, especially in recent times. How will you ensure that these are environmentally friendly as well?
That you're asking that the question does not apply only to inner city buildings. In everything that we do in our space, we ensure that they are energy efficient. We are collaborating very closely with the Ministry of Energy to ensure that our projects are energy efficient. Your RDPs, you will see them being installed with the solar panels and the solar geysers to ensure that they are energy efficient. The same will have to apply with these inner city buildings. With the rural setting, the minister has indicated recently that we are collaborating with traditional leaders. You would know that traditional leaders allocate land for human settlements to their people. So our collaboration with them will ensure that we help them with what we call geo-mapping to help them identify areas that are suitable for human settlements and those that are not suitable, so that when they do provide these lands, they are aware of areas that they need to avoid and which ones they can work with. That's how we collaborate in this regard.
And finally, Mr. Manase, looking ahead, what are the long-term goals, especially for urban development in South Africa? And what role do you see even technology playing in achieving some of these objectives?
As I'm talking to you now, I'm in Egypt, Cairo, where the minister is scheduled to attend the World Urban Forum. This is where we share experiences, best practices with global leaders who comes to these kinds of sessions. And key discussions around these forums are urban, how we reimagine urban assessments. How do we turn our cities around to respond to what you are asking about? It's a long-term project, but we will certainly get there. We are having our eyes on the ball in terms of reimagining cities, reimagining urban, and meeting with global leaders.
And before we let you go, how does the ministry then plan to communicate some of the benefits of these projects, especially to the broader public, and also especially to those who may be a bit skeptical of government initiatives?
This is where you come in as the media, to assist us in this regard. We always call on you to come with us, and when we go to these projects, as we unveil these projects, as and when we plan them. We also do public participation, as I've indicated earlier on. We inform the public about our efforts during those platforms. We do social media as well. You name them. Importantly, the media plays a crucial role in ensuring that the public knows about our efforts.